Hey, what's going on guys? It's Cynical. Welcome back to another video. In today's one I want to talk about something quite important. This is going to be a little bit of a channel update, potentially one of the most important channel updates I think I have done. I sort of just want to talk about the future of the channel as well as also announce something. On top of that too, this year is a little bit of a milestone year. It is 2024, and that marks 10 years of me doing Kingdom Hearts content on the internet, which is pretty insane to think about. I started doing Kingdom Hearts back in 2014, around the time of like 15, 16 sort of thing, midway through high school. I've actually been YouTubing a lot longer than that. I started YouTubing when I was like incredibly young, back in 2009. Decided to end up making a new channel in 2011 because that first channel was just down embarrassing. You cannot find it anymore. I have deleted it, so do not even bother. I'll tell you the name though. It was Sir Jowie Owns. I know I hate it too, leave me alone. From 2011 to 2014, I was pretty much just doing a bunch of random stuff. The channel had like no focus, and then in 2014, being a little bit older in high school, I decided to start talking about Kingdom Hearts. This was obviously around the time that people were waiting in anticipation for KH3, and so I think through Kingdom Hearts 3's announcement the year prior, that kind of helped me build a foundation of doing Kingdom Hearts related content. The other thing too is back then there wasn't really much of a scene of Kingdom Hearts content creators per se. There were a few that had been doing content for quite some time, like BizKit for example, but it wasn't really a prominent thing. So in a way I kind of look at myself as well as like the key keepers, Sky, Dean, and HMK as sort of the first major wave of Kingdom Hearts content creators. And over the past 10 years, man, it has been a ride. I mean, I grew up wanting to do YouTube as an occupation. It was basically the only thing I set my sights on. Aside from wanting to get into video game development, which I ended up taking a C++ course in high school, quickly dropped out. That was not for me. My God. It's like learning alien language. I don't know how developers do it, but more power to them. You guys are wizards. So yeah, YouTube has always been my thing, and I managed to make it work. It's literally, for me, become a dream come true. And it's directly thanks to you guys who have enabled me to be able to do this. I wake up every day and I'm so grateful to be able to do what I do. Not just talk about Kingdom Hearts, but talking about video games and doing video game stuff in general for an occupation is simply incredible. However, 10 years talking about one topic is also a little bit stressful. And obviously since 2018, I have been taking hiatuses almost every single year. We're talking anywhere from 2 to 3 to, I think the last hiatus was about like 6 months. So very long hiatuses. There are certain specific reasons, as I've talked about in the past, but one that I will mention in today's video and that I've also sort of briefly talked about over on Instagram and Twitter, and that is just the nature of this job in itself, or at least what I do in this position. Talking about one thing can be incredibly stressful, especially if it is a video game that is not an online multiplayer video game, that's not getting weekly or monthly updates. I have literally managed to talk about a single player RPG for 10 years. In that space of time, there has quite literally been 2 technically, but 1 full-blown console release in the space of me being a Kingdom Hearts YouTuber in that decade. Obviously, we've had like the mobile phone games. Really, the only thing that people kind of care about in regards to the mobile phone games is the story presented there. I don't really see it as a full-blown release. And yeah, sure, we've had the HD remixes. That's been great. It's also been great to be able to dive back into those to do guides for people that never originally played Kingdom Hearts all the way back when. Also, thanks to Kingdom Hearts now being on PC, the possibility of mods is also here, even though the mod scene has also been blowing up for the emulated version of KH2 specifically, which I am so grateful for. But I'm telling you, it is no easy task talking about a single-player RPG. I'm very much looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 4. It's the next big console release, and even Missing Link is exciting. I got a lot of content plans when it comes to that. In 2020, I ended up doing a video titled It's Time for Change. This was the first time I really spoke in depth about how doing what I do is hard and does kind of take a toll on me in relation to my depression that I seem to experience every single year. Aside from the other things that have happened in my life, what I do here on YouTube can sometimes weigh on me heavily. In that video, I talked about how I was going to basically start doing different content because I just want to be able to break out of only getting views on Kingdom Hearts stuff and to be in a position where I have the freedom to pretty much just do what I want to do. I think my dream position here on YouTube would probably more so be playthrough-based, funny moment type content. I want to use the Callisto Protocol video that I uploaded, it must have been at the end of 2022. I streamed the whole playthrough over on Twitch and I compiled it into like a 40-50 minute kind of hypercut, hyper-edited video format. I love doing those videos. Same with the Balan Wonderworld one. The unfortunate thing is when I look at a video like that, it took me, I think, an entire week to put together that Callisto Protocol video, and the return on it was not good at all. It didn't warrant the time of me spending an entire week working on it. In that time, I most certainly could have put together 3 or 4 Kingdom Hearts related videos, depending on what the subject is, and would have made like times 8 the amount of return back in a less amount of time on working on those compared to the Callisto Protocol one. A lot of the time I am discouraged about actually working on a long form video, one that would take a few days if not a week to actually produce. Recently I've just done one with the Kingdom Hearts 2 overhaul, but a lot of the time I just don't like to do that, mainly because a lot of the videos that I've done in the past that are long form, that have taken a long ass time to put together, don't see the same return as something I would just typically upload that doesn't take overly too long to produce. Keeping in mind too, I'm pretty consistent when I am actually active on my channel. For a long ass time, I was uploading basically daily, which again, insane for like one specific video game franchise. I personally have no idea how I've been able to do it. So I pretty much trained myself to be able to get into this rhythm of being able to produce content consistently, like consistently. And I have to admit that I feel like I am actually pretty good at being able to produce interesting content, but also keep up with consistency at the same time. The thing is though, I really want to start doing some different stuff, whether it be more long form type videos for the sake of Kingdom Hearts content, or just looking at other video games in general, because I know this must be crazy, man, but like, I don't just play Kingdom Hearts. Mind-blowing. I think the only way that I'm going to actually be able to do this is via Twitch. I want to get more serious with Twitch. But then comes another issue. Because this is my job, I basically rely on views in order to generate enough revenue so that at the end of the month, I get enough money to be able to pay the bills, to be able to buy food, buy gas. So basically all the time, I am stuck in this weird limbo of like, dude, I want to do something different. I want to start doing other kinds of videos. I want to stream more consistently. But if I do that, the bulk of my income, which stems from YouTube, starts to drop. So it's this thing of having to more so prioritize YouTube, do the Kingdom Hearts content, and where I can, try to fit in streams, which honestly, time management wise, is incredibly fucking hard. So that is why I have decided I am tearing down my pride wall, the Great Wall of Pride, and I am opening up a Patreon. This is something that has been recommended to me for years to do, just in the ways of getting additional support from some of you guys, if you so please to choose. Motorbike, not now! If you, of course, choose to want to support me, totally up to you, a totally optional thing. I've always felt kind of afraid of opening up a Patreon out of the fear of being judged, but I kind of have to start getting serious about things. I am not getting any younger. I do have a lot of goals in mind for the future, and it's 10 years this year talking about just Kingdom Hearts. I need to start breaking out into other fields. Depending on how well this Patreon does, it will allow me to sort of not fixate on numbers and have to stress about getting a set amount of videos out just to make a threshold of money. It'll give me that breathing space to then be able to focus on other things like long form videos, or videos that actually do take a long ass time to make. It will also allow me to be able to stream more, to then break into new ground, stream different games, to then be able to make those hypercut edit long form playthrough type things for YouTube, like I've done in the past with Balan or Callisto Protocol. Now, the thing here is about the Patreon is it is active as of right now. I will leave the link in the description down below. I just want to let you guys know that there is no benefits to any of the Patreon tiers. And I know that might seem crazy. You might be like, what the fuck, bro? Why would I do that? I ain't dumb. You trying to scam me? My time is basically sapped as it is, doing what I already do, trying to fit in streams on top of consistent content. I'm also working hard on my Instagram at the moment to be able to then dedicate some time to start doing other stuff like Patreon rewards. Unfortunately, I just do not have time for that right now. I also don't like the idea of some of my content being exclusive and held behind a paywall. I want literally everyone to be able to see the content that I'm producing. The one benefit that you will get to subscribing to the Patreon is you will be credited in most of the videos that I upload. At the end of the video, there will be a credit section saying thank you. This might be something that will change in the future, depending again on how well the Patreon performs. Again, it would give me more time to just be able to like focus on other things. So I might be able to find a time slot to be able to start coming up with an idea as a means to give back to those who are subscribing to the Patreon. So we'll see. But for the time being, there is no benefit. Now, one thing I absolutely need to stress is this does not mean I am quitting Kingdom Hearts content at all. I also don't want this video to come across as, oh, he's just making Kingdom Hearts content for money. No, dude. I ain't that fucking sad. For one, it is my job. I think that's pretty obvious for anyone that actually watches me or actually watches any corner of YouTube in this day and age, right? This is not new information. People have been monetizing their shit for years, so I think we can kind of jump over that hurdle. I love Kingdom Hearts. It is my favorite shit of all time. It's one of the only things on this floating rock that make me absolutely lose myself to a tranquil point that feels like I am warping into an alternate universe. Whenever I see a new slice of this Disney RPG made over in Japan, I freak the fuck out! I love this, and I don't want to stop talking about this at all. It doesn't really matter what I'm doing here on YouTube. I will always and forever talk and scream and yell and dribble over Kingdom Hearts, and that is a fucking promise. This also means that for the next, let's say, 72 uploads I do on the channel, they might be Kingdom Hearts. It was hilarious because back when I did the video in 2020, I did some other pieces of content, but obviously it was still primarily focused on Kingdom Hearts. No shit. You don't just switch your shit instantly the next day. I don't think some of these people know how this YouTube thing works. And as I mentioned in that video too, I love Kingdom Hearts. I love talking about it. I'm not saying I'm sick of Kingdom Hearts and I want to stop talking about it. I just want to be able to start doing different things, especially to grow. I think I'm at like a cap point in regards to like subscribers and overall growth. The fact that we've almost been able to hit 300,000 subscribers here by just talking about Kingdom Hearts, I think is just pure insanity. There's not even a Final Fantasy focused YouTube channel that has anywhere near close to 300,000. And sorry, but this is like not me shitting on Final Fantasy content creators. I'm just saying I find it surprising because Final Fantasy is like 15 times bigger than Kingdom Hearts in the sense of like maybe not so much the fan base. It is definitely bigger than Kingdom Hearts. But looking at the sheer amount of content, did you know there's like well over 100 games, including the spin-offs, for Final Fantasy? It's huge. And obviously that franchise sees releases like almost every single year. So by some magic, I don't know, we've just got an incredibly passionate fan base when it comes to Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, dude, I'm still gonna talk about Kingdom Hearts. And again, it might be like 78 uploads will all be Kingdom Hearts before we start doing like a lot of new stuff. Okay, no, not really. I actually do have some different non-related Kingdom Hearts stuff planned in the pipeline, especially for streams and all that kind of thing. But I'm just saying, like, there's still going to be a lot of Kingdom Hearts videos, especially because I do believe that 2024 is probably going to be a big year for Kingdom Hearts. Same can probably be said for 2025. I think the promotional cycle of Kingdom Hearts 4 will start this year. We're also getting Missing Link, and I'm hoping that 2025 will be the actual release year of KH4. So that is pretty much what I've wanted to talk about. I really, really want this year to go different, and I know that I say that every single year, but I'm really trying different avenues and different things to ensure that I don't go down into an overstressed, burnt out, depressive slump like with what's been happening over the past 5 or so years now. I've definitely been doing things in my own personal life to work on stress management and just like healthier habits in general to improve my overall mood and the way that I guess sort of react to things when times do get tough. But my job is definitely 1/4 of the reason as to why I go through the slumps. So I really want to start doing things a little bit differently. And I think that I am just creatively, I don't know, I guess restricted is the word, but like I'm bursting at the seams to just try new things. So guys, it is totally up to you and completely optional, by the way, in regards to the Patreon. If you want to support me, if you like what I do here, then please consider going over to the Patreon and checking out the options. If Patreon is not your thing and you prefer more of an interactable method of supporting me, there is always my Twitch. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight. I'm only really trying to be transparent with you guys. I feel like this is something that I've been pretty good at over the years. Obviously I won't reveal and tell all, but I definitely like to keep you guys in the loop in regards to myself and what's going on with the channel. However, guys, that is going to do it. I know this is sort of a longer video, and it's just been me going blah, 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 blah. I felt like this was sort of long overdue, and I've been needing to talk about this for a long time now. Hopefully all of that makes sense. Hopefully I haven't worried or confused any of you guys. With that being said, though, dudes, I'm Cynical. Hopefully you have a fantastic day, and we'll talk real soon. Peace.